I'm Tana Sheeley. I'm from Dothan, Alabama, and I work for the Southern Poverty Law Center in the Civil Rights Memorial Center. The Reverend Dr. King's letter from the Birmingham Jail is important because it tells us that we should speak up for those who are being discriminated against, who are being taunted, who are being treated less than the rest of society because of difference. In the letter, the Reverend King responded to letters from clergy about why now would you make this decision to march, to protest. And the Reverend Dr. King's response probably didn't ring true to many because they had not experienced the same discrimination that the Reverend Dr. King had. And he focused on the humiliation, the discrimination, the feeling of being a second-class citizen in a country that had granted, with an amendment to the Constitution, the right to vote, that had granted the rights of citizenship, all rights to citizenships to African Americans, the descendants of freed slaves. Then we were called black, Negro, colored. And his response shows us that we should respond too, even if our skin is not of the same hue of the person who's being oppressed. So if we see someone who is being told that you're an immigrant worker and you don't deserve to have the same rights as others, your contract should not be held on the same high ground and same regard as others' contracts because you're an immigrant worker, it's our duty to speak up if we see that our brothers and sisters are being discriminated against because of the color of their skin. It's also our duty to speak up if we see that same-sex couples are not being allowed the same rights that are granted to heterosexual couples. And if the Reverend Dr. King were alive, he would say to us that for us not to say anything would be similar to those who decided in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s to not say anything when they saw black people being discriminated against because of the color of their skin.